have in front of me a dual desk monitor mounting arm. It covers televisions 15 to 29 inches. It's available with free delivery directly from freetv.ie, and it has an extended 5-year warranty with it directly from Barcam. There's just a little registration card to fill out on it. So this is a cool product, and basically the main application for it would be where people are using it in probably office environments here, where they want to have 2 monitors, have them mounted up, have them off the desk, and they'll be able to look between the 2 of them. I know some of our engineers here at freetv.ie will have a dual monitor display for that type of thing. It's just, in certain circumstances, it makes people more efficient. Okay, so you can see all the component parts that are here. I'm going to do sort of a mock assembly of it as we go through the entire process. So we'll just look at the various component parts, and as we do them, we'll just move them out of the way. But just look at the key thing here is we're mounting here using this clamp mechanism onto a table. We have the pole coming up, we have this dual arm here, and then we have 2 brackets here. And basically you'll see a thing called the VESA 75 and a VESA 100 spacing here. So basically you went center to center here, be 75 millimeters, and here 100 by 100, because it's the same distance top bottom, so you can see it's a perfect grid that way. All TVs follow that thing. So if we picked up a monitor or a TV here, what you'll see is there'll be holes in the back, and it'll always go onto that one. So it's a nice thing about, I suppose, globalization, that there's a uniform nature to it. Just going to move this out of the way. So let's look at the first component part of it here. Well, when we go to mount this onto the base, there's 3 things we're going to need initially. We are going to need a clamp here, which is going to mount here. Now the first thing to note about this clamp is that it comes with 3 holes here, okay? And they're threaded, and they match up exactly with the 3 holes that are in the bottom of this base. So what we would do is, the first thing we want to do is we're going to clamp this onto our table. So what we'll do is we'll put this part above the table, this part below it, and we're going to secure this. If you look at the bag here, just hold this up. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a total of 5 bolts in here. 2 bolts which will be used for locking this onto that rail at the back, and 3 little bolts here for screwing this down into the base plate. So I'll just give a demonstration, and the Allen keys that are used with it. So all the tools we need are provided there. So if we look at this, and we can see where we'll come along, we'll mount this up here, and we'll have this bolted onto the back. What we'll do is we'll screw it up and we'll clamp it directly on. Okay, so the first part is we have this clamped onto the table securely. So at that point there is, what we can do is we'll come along, we'll get this bar here, we drop it on, and these 3 holes here will match up exactly with these 3 threaded things here. And we get the 3 smaller bolts that are here, drop them in, and they're flanged, so we just lower them down and they'll go lovely and neatly onto it. And because we want to hide all non-aesthetic elements here, we have a plastic cover. It's aesthetic purposes only, and at that stage it can slide down there and just lock this into position. Okay? So the next thing we'll do at this point is we will come along and we'll look at the actual arms itself. So you can see here, these can rotate. What type of range do they have? Well, we're getting a full 180 degrees effectively, and a little bit more. And we'll see there's a locking mechanism here. So what we do is, if you can imagine, I have this face towards because it's the back, okay? So what we do is we would drop this down and I'd lock this into position. So this isn't very stable because obviously it's thing. But the first thing to note here is that, I'm just going to do this very quickly. Just lower this down here now like this. And what we'll have here is just the mechanism here for locking it in. So we'll have these locked in, and we get it to the height where we want it, and we just rotate this around, and we can hand tighten it extremely tight, so we have a little bit of leverage here on it, okay? So obviously normally the base would be securely mounted at that point. So what we would do at this point in time is we would grab these units here, we want to rotate them around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tilt it over at an angle so I can demonstrate this a little bit better. I'll lie it down here. We have this mechanism here, and we'll just notice here that it's not a perfect circle here, it's circular, and then there's smooth end top and bottom, and there's also 2 holes here. And if we look into where we're going to mount this, we'll see there's 2 holes there, and also there's a flat area, and there's an area here on top where we have a little locking nut coming down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to line this up and hopefully it's locking it up as well. And I'll just slide it in here. And we can see it just clicked in there. Okay, now I can pull it straight back out here. There's nothing locking it in position. But what I've done in here is, from this bag here that has a whole series of nuts, bolts and screws, etc. I've removed the Allen key, and there's a little grub nut here. And what we could do here is, I'm just going to rotate this around. And what we can do is, it's going to slot down and push at that flat surface that I showed a moment ago. And where 15 seconds ago I can pull this out easily, now it's locked securely into position. And that's it. It's just the grub thing is holding onto it, and it just means it can't rotate to the point where it can pull out. Okay. So what we can do here is, we can come along and we can repeat the process over here. And then what we would do is we'd actually come and get the monitors, and we'd use that series of bolts, depending on the hole size, we'd screw it through, and we'd hold the back of the monitor on, and then we'd have the monitor facing out directly where we want it, and we have the desk space underneath left free. So overall, I think the design of this is quite good. It's flexible, it's not overly complicated here. There's a user manual of how to do it here, but we spent maybe about 3-4 minutes here discussing how to assemble it, and it became quite obvious to us. They have some clips here. I'm just going to show this, demonstrate, because I think they actually showed them in here. These would just go on the base here, and the purpose of those would be, what you can do is just here they'll actually go, and what you'll do is you can actually run the cables, the electrical cables, or the VGA or the HDMI lead that's going up to your monitor. That'll just run back down there. And so it's probably for your online trader or the computer graphics guy in your life. This could be the perfect present, but adjust there. But it is quite practical, and it's nice. The reason that we've added Barcon onto a range of suppliers is they're fairly competitive on price, but what they're really, really excellent on is the quality and the range of their products here. And this is a little bit specialised, but it does sell. And if you compare the prices that we have out here on freetv.ie for this and what you pay in the big ones, and they're for sure I'm shooting you videos on how to do it. So, you know, I just sort of like this and the general thing. So that's it anyway, an overview of the dual desktop monitoring, mounting arm, supports TVs, 15 to 29 inches, and it's available with free delivery from freetv.ie.